Hi, this is the first time I'm making a voiceover tutorial. These are the tools or stuff that you would need to get this done. I'll write them in the description down below. For the outline, I use the frame, but please just use the glass of the frame to have the actual outline and not the outer surface of the frame. This is an old painting of mine that I want to redo right now and see how much better I can make with the watercolors that I've learned. And tissues are an important part of watercolors. Please don't forget them. Wet the brush as much as possible because we need that thick watery layer to get the background done. Oh, and I'm using the white color over there which has turned pale yellow, but let's just forget about that. So the trick is to not paint all over but to smudge the paint at some places, let it dry and then spread it out so that you get that uneven paint look. It's more like a dabbing process. You don't brush it in a stroke, you dab it to the watercolor paper. Keep going, and once you think a side is done, dab it with a tissue so that it dries out, and then you can layer it once more. Keep going and keep adding paint. Now this is my trick to see if the painting has dried up or not. To move to the next step. Now we're going to define the shape of the ring with a pencil. Just go freehand and design what you want. Giving the final touches and see what makes you feel right. Keep adding the leaves if that makes you feel right. Remove them or keep them less if that's what you want to go for. Now I'm going to take a size 2 and 0 brush. Wet your brush as much as possible and keep mixing blues and reds to get the perfect shade of purple. Always swatch your watercolor paint on your brush before you paint it on the surface that you want to paint on, because if you don't, then this is what happens. Now this was the perfect shade I want to go for, but I had too much water on my brush, so it started to smudge, and I instantly covered it up by dabbing it with tissue and then dabbing my brush onto the tissue. And now is the perfect amount of paint I needed. Keep going on with this kind of paint and keep shifting the colors from red to blue. I will begin the outlining. For that, I'm going to use size 2 brush. Once again, Dip your brush in water and then into the paint and then into the water and then dab off the excess paint and then begin painting. Make sure the swatch you do has the lightest amount of paint as shown. Once it's all done, you can see that in the painting there are hues of blue all around the flower wreath. So we're going to add that hue now. In this background painting, I won't be using white anymore, just pure blue color and water. Repeat the process like previously. Wet your brush in paint and then dab excess. Keep going. Once it's done, you can see that there is a little greenish turquoise hue that I've added on top. So we're going to add that. I mixed green and blue together to get this shade, but it seems that it was too dark. So instantly, I dabbed it with a tissue to remove the excess amount and not ruin my design. And then I spread the extra paint with water. And then I dabbed it once more. And then I repeated the same process until it all blended together. You can always do this for any mistake that happens in watercolors. Once it's all done, take your tissue to dab and see if it's all done or not. Then remove the masking tape. Please know that in watercolors, the masking tape, when placed, it does absorb some water underneath it. So use a stronger masking tape. And this is our final painting. And this is how it looks in sunlight. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial and learned a few things or two. And I hope to see your designs in this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!